The notification of the 4 labor codes, the Code on Wages, 2019, Industrial Relations Code, 2020, Social Security Code, 2020, and OSH Code, 2020, has triggered a sharp debate on whether these reforms are truly labor-friendly. Supporters argue that India's fragmented labor law regime, built across the 1920s to 1970s, needed urgent consolidation to match today's diversified labor market where gig workers, platform workers, contractual labor and logistics-based employment dominate. R. Mukundan contends that the code's modernized definitions simplify compliance, bring uniformity across states and signal policy predictability that investors seek when comparing India with countries like Vietnam and South Korea. Reduced multiplicity of inspections, digital filings and uniform wage definitions, he says, will help create jobs and bring nearly 40 crore workers under minimum wages and social security. However, trade union leader Amarjeet Kaur argues the opposite, that workers fought for generations to secure protective labor laws and these codes reverse those gains by centralizing powers, weakening collective bargaining and legitimizing fixed-term employment as hire and fire. She insists that the codification process lacked democratic consultation. Prime ministerial assurances in the 2015 Indian Labour Conference were not honoured, and trade unions were excluded from drafting. On social security, while the government highlights inclusion of gig and platform workers, unions note that only 7% of Indian workers currently enjoy genuine security benefits and the new codes still exclude 93% of informal sector workers. Kaur warns that merging existing schemes into the Social Security Code without meaningful funding or administrative strengthening will dilute protections, not expand them. Even on minimum wages, a long-standing demand, unions say the code dilutes guarantees by allowing only a floor wage fixed centrally, while raising workplace thresholds leaves many workers outside legal coverage. On industrial relations, the government claims that stronger notice periods, reskilling funds and flexible hiring norms will help industries adjust to AI-driven changes and boost women's employment across shifts. But unions fear greater unrest, not peace, as collective bargaining rights remain weak and the Industrial Relations Code promotes fixed-term employment over regularization. Ultimately, the debate reveals a deep divide. While industry sees the codes as essential for competitiveness, workers view them as undermining security rights and democratic bargaining. Whether the codes prove labor-friendly will depend not just on the text of the law but on implementation, consultation and the capacity to balance economic growth with worker justice.